Hey, Joseph here. I'm in the car. Sharon's over there driving. Look cute she looks. Anyway, so let's have a recap of the Bike to the Bay ride and a couple of fails that I had. So I set two goals. One goal was to bike 100 miles, and the other goal was to raise $5,000. I failed at both.
But you won at many other things.
As many of you may know, I was diagnosed with cancer earlier this year. I had 2 major surgeries, a couple of colonoscopies, a bunch of scans, 3 months of chemo. You know, any sane person would not have signed up for the Bike to the Bay ride under those conditions, or at least
we know Joe is not sane.
I opted for the 100-mile ride, which can be a challenge, but it's not that bad. 100 miles sounds really far, but it's not that bad if you've trained for it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to train for it because between the surgery and then the chemo, I was tired a lot. I went back to work, and there wasn't a whole lot of time or energy to train. So I had a vision of rolling in at like 2 o'clock in the morning when all the food trucks are gone and all the tents are gone and all the cyclists are gone, and I was going to pull into this Henlopen State Park, in darkness with only Sharon there waiting for me. That didn't happen. And also, as far as speed goes, I'm not a super fast rider. I go like maybe between 12 to 15 miles an hour. My speed yesterday was nothing near that, so a slow rider going slower. So so I stopped at a rest area at about 4 o'clock, I think it was 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it was empty. It was just folded tables and folded chairs. There was no one there. So as I'm riding, a van pulled up next to me, and they said, "Yeah, we closed already. We shut down the rest area. It's getting late." So that tells me I'm way behind. And they gave me some water, and then I kept on going, and I called Sharon. She put someone from the Bike to the Bay on the phone, and they said they can come pick me up. So
they didn't want anyone on the road once they had cleaned up. Once they had broken down and cleaned up, they wanted to make sure all of their riders were safe. And there would have been, for the last 25 miles, there would not have been any emergency backup in the event Joe had a problem. So they were concerned with that. He would have come in at 6 o'clock in the evening, based on the time I spoke with him, riding like between 10 and 12 miles an hour. We figured he'd be in at 6, and once I mentioned that to them, they decided to go pick him up because it was more expedient and safer for the whole thing.
And it probably would have been longer than that, because we're not talking 10 to 12, we're talking like 9. There were times I was like just crawling on the bike. It was really hard. It was really, really hard to bike without any training. So I got as high as 80 miles, which
80 miles is fabulous.
Which is still okay, but it wasn't 100, so that's the fail. That's the first fail. And then
but the success was that he did 80. That was fabulous.
So then the second fail was the money. So I set a goal to raise $5,000, and I raised, I don't have it in front of me, but 2,600 something. So that was a fail.
But you were 21st, right?
Oh, and then I came in. Oh, the good news is I came in 21 of 350 riders. I was the 21st as far as raising funds is concerned.
But that's not a fail. That's fabulous.
So that's not a fail. I kind of failed, I think, because I wanted 5,000. But if you think, the fundraising minimum you have to raise for the ride is $300. Many people, they raise $300 and then they stop. They don't bug people. I bugged people. I made it. It was okay. It was exhausting. It was painful. I would never recommend anyone to ride a long ride without training. It's an absolute must. I just want to say I apologize to my friends and family who may have gotten sick of seeing all my Bike to the Bay posts and solicitations for money. as my mother lovingly would say to me a couple times when I was younger, don't be a pain in the ass. But, you know, it's the pains in the asses that get things done. So, Sharon?
I think the only thing we're missing is that this is not a solicitation video. This is more of a video just explaining Joe's exploits through the weekend and how well he did.
Yes, and super, 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 super thank you to friends, family, co-workers, strangers even, who've donated. I think that's about it for now. I made it, only 80 miles, but you know, hey, I still made it. So that's it for Sharon and Joseph, signing off.
Signing
saying
off.
Bye.
Aloha.